Hi there, Massy here, author of the Guidebook to Happiness and the recently written Guidebook to Optimum Health, Why Exercise and Nutrition Alone Are Not Enough. And I'm a little bit excited now, I'm a little bit fired up. I've got something that I need to share, and I've realised that I've been studying for the last, say, 15 years about, why we do what we do. And I've been specifically focused on happiness and health, and I've spent 15 years researching, doing courses, and I've read probably 500 books. But here's the thing. It's no good me knowing all this information, and I've got a big head, and this big head is full with information. It's no good if I don't share it. So here I am sharing it with you, and just so you know, I'm recording this in Bali, so there may be some other people sharing this presentation, some roosters in the background. There's bound to be some dogs at some stage, and maybe some neighbours gibbering away as well. So I'm going to get this off my chest. This thing I need to share with you because I'm a little bit fired up about it. And one of the reasons I'm fired up is I realise the wealth of information that is available, but it isn't coming from the top down. We need to find it, we need to burrow around in it, we need to look for it. And this is so clear in a health perspective. So this is why I want to share this message with you. This is why I need to share this message with you. For me, let me define what health can be. Health can be high level of vitality, high level of energy. You're warding off disease, like people are getting sick around you, and you're not getting sick, you're maintaining this homeostasis, and not only homeostasis, your energy and vitality is through the roof. If you do get sick, you bounce back from it, quick, smart. You've got a high level of energy which you need in order to achieve what you want to achieve in life. It's pretty hard to achieve those big goals if you don't have the energy to show up. So for me, optimum health is about that. It's about longevity, and not just living long, but living a quality life for longer with incredible mental faculties all the way through till you take that last breath. It's about looking 10 years younger. I like to think I'm 45. I like to think I look at least slightly less than 45 years of age. So that's what optimum health is about. It's about this whole package. And the unfortunate thing is that information we get fed from the top down is absolute rubbish. Absolute rubbish. And the reason is, we've got this tier at the top, and the tier at the top is the trillion-dollar pharmaceutical industry. Then we've got the medical industry. Then we've got the food industry. We're talking billions, trillions of dollars up here who want to influence the choices we make. And the choices we make either put money in their pocket or take money out of the way. So there's a lot to be gained and a lot to be lost depending on the information that comes down. They sit above government. Government is in here, government make government policies to go down to better the nation. But the problem is, once it gets down to government is influenced by the lobbyists paid by this organisation up here. So the government water down, filter down and provide information which barely covers the mark. And there's a great guy, Colin T. Campbell, who's written a couple of great books. The China study was one, but very much involved in the nutritional side of things and nutritional policy. And he was in policy making groups in government. And what he found was that information that actually was passed on, that actually came out the other end, barely reflected what them as research and scientists actually came up with. They've come up with, okay, we need to reduce the amount of processed food. We need to reduce the amount of animal product we're consuming. We need to greatly increase the amount of nuts, seeds, fruit, vegetables, all that, watered out by these big industries influencing it. So this is the problem. This is why we need bottom up. So I've been about trying to find what is down the bottom here, and I am amazed at the information I find. And I think it's just absurd that this information isn't available for everyone. The other thing for me is I see, and this is a contentious, controversial issue that I'm going to raise right now. Because I think as I record this, we're in the Cancer Awareness Month. My thing about major illness, if the prescription for the treatment of major illness does not include something that is working on this, the brain, what is happening in the mind, what is happening mentally, and what is happening emotionally. If a prescription does not touch those two things, it is negligent of the health professional. Now, the caveat is there are some amazing health professionals and more that are embracing the idea of holistic health. They're focusing on wellness and they're drawing information from all over the place. They're realising that, okay, it's not just a pharmaceutical option which treats the symptoms. We need to understand what the root cause is, and this is where I've been putting my study. And I've been looking at, okay, from a holistic perspective, what are the physical things we can do? And unfortunately, this is, most of the literature out in the market when it talks about health. The exercising thing, the nutrition thing, which the nutrition thing is a little bit fuzzy as well because there's so many different opinions. My opinion on the nutrition thing, remove processed food from your diet or greatly reduce it. So it's a very small percentage of your diet and your health goes up. Whether you're doing low carbs, high protein, low protein, whatever. The factor is the processed food and the factor is the sugar in the processed food. That's a whole nother dialogue. So what I've done is I've looked at what are the specific physical things we can do. Exercise and nutrition, we're pretty clear about that. And that's why for the book I wrote, I sort of said why exercise and nutrition alone are not enough for optimum health. There's a bigger picture. In fact, I call it 4 other pieces in this holistic approach where everything is interrelated. Where we're not just a physical body. Where a physical body feels emotions, which is a biochemical signature moving through our body, and we've got this thing up here, ground zero. So I looked at what are the physical things. Exercise, nutrition, yes. Rest. Rest is absolutely essential, not only for our health, but our well-being, our creativity, our ability to raise to the highest level, our ability to perform at a high level, essential. The other one, detoxification. We live in a toxic environment, so we need to understand that. But the 2 big ones for me, and which the 2 big ones that are often overlooked, and the 2 big ones I want to share with you today, so that you understand how much of an impact these have on your overall health, vitality, wellness, longevity, whether you're looking younger or whatever it is. First thing, and I call this mindfulness. Like, we need to be mindful of the thoughts we're having. I coach clients, and particularly for this first session I have with them, I'm just contradicting every story they start telling. I'm saying, like, is that true? You just said that, oh yeah, I'm going to be like this, or I can or I can't do that, or have. And I'm like, is that true? Is that really true, or is that something that you're saying enough that you've bought into it? Because you've bought into it, you've created a self-fulfilling prophecy. So I'm all about what's going on in here. And, as well as my fantastic book, there's another fantastic book called You Are the Placebo, and then by Dr. Joe Dispenza, and it's looking at the placebo effect. And when the brain believes something strongly, it's got the pharmacopoeia, it's got more pharmacy stuff, more chemicals and bits and pieces in here than in the entire pharmaceutical industry. Let's look at the brain. 100 trillion cells. 100 billion cells. 10,000 plus synaptic connections for each of those neurons. So there's more neural activity connections than there are stars in the universe. This brain is awesome. So we've got to use it. And we've got to have it as part of our health strategy. What am I telling myself? What am I believing? And what am I believing at a deep level? What is the language I'm using? Am I using language that emotionally takes me this way or this way? Am I focusing on things? Am I giving meaning to things which is causing me to go into a stress response? And let me assure you, when we go into a stress response, we're either turning on or we're turning off, some of the genes that are going to help us. When we go into that stress response, we're turning off the immune system. And do you think the immune system is great for our health? Yeah, come on. So again, if we're not supporting that, if we're not looking at what is causing us to stress and what's causing us to go into this relaxation state, this health, healing, rejuvenation, regeneration state, we need to look at that area. So mindfulness. And the other one I look at is this heart thing, is the emotions. I'm I ask a lot of questions. I'm very curious, and I like to ask if someone's got heart issue, coronary heart disease issues. First I'll look at the physical things they do. Then I'll go, how are you at expressing emotions, and how have you been expressing emotions through your life? Are you a closed person? Is your heart closed, constricted? Because we're energy, we're physical, we're all this mixed in together. And the emotions that I experience are a biochemistry that moves through my bloodstream, that bumps up against every cell, which affects how cells are turned on and turned off, which affects what genes are expressed or not expressed. So the emotions I feel have a huge impact on my genes, on what genes are happening. And this is another thing that general public aren't made aware of, is this study of epigenetics, which is saying that the thinking that we do, the behaviour that we have, the emotions that we experience, the environment we're created, the lifestyle that we've got together is either turning on or turning off genes. Turning on genes for health or turning off genes for health. We've got that much of an impact. And that's why for me it's like, as the medical system and the prescription doesn't talk about radical changes to lifestyle. So if someone's got major illness, radical changes to lifestyle, radical change of personality. So let me say that again. Radical lifestyle changes, I think we're all pretty clear of that, but what most people aren't clear about, we need to radically change our personality. So the people who have gone into regression, who have turned the tide back on whatever major illness and done it in not a traditional way as opposed to modern medicine way, what they did is they radically changed their personality. They showed up as a different person. Where they might have been that angry person before, that cynical person before, that negative person before, that pessimistic person before, that I don't care about this, I don't love myself, I am unworthy. Shift that around. Coming from the light that's from within, the big them is stepping up, the true expression of themselves and like having more joy and vitality, that turns on and turns off different genes in the body. That turns on different neurotransmitters, neuropeptides, different hormones, and they are affecting the cells in our body. So the thinking we do has a big impact. The emotions we're feeling. So for me, again, it's about not just working on the physical stuff. Yes, absolutely essential. The exercise and nutrition, absolutely essential. My key thing, nutrition, take this away, get rid of the processed foods, get rid of that sugar, the artificial, whatever's that are coming into your life. Get those out of the way and your health is going to go up, your energy is going to go up, your vitality is going to go up. Making sure you get 8 hours rest tonight, hugely important for the body and the mind. Making sure you detoxify the body, stop those bad toxins coming into your body. And, there's more details on sort of how to do that. And then it's about, where's my thinking at? Where, I might say a mantra, but if at the tail end of that mantra I'm going, fat chance, I might have this mantra, I'm in optimum health, I'm optimizing my health. But if at the end of that, the little thing that goes around my head is, crap, you're not, you're a loser, that is the thing that's going to be the lead. That's going to be the lead on what messages are being sent off and what response the body is having. The other one is, from this heart perspective is, am I doing something I love? Am I in a toxic relationship? Am I in a toxic work environment? These things have an impact on the body. So we need to learn strategies for processing the emotions, but also we need to make some lifestyle decisions. We might need to make some hard, tough decisions to step outside of our comfort zone so we can put these things to rest. Now, I'm just having a squeeze up at the time there, and I wanted to get this message out in 5 minutes, but it's pretty hard to get this message out in 5 minutes. So this has become a 12 or 13 minute, but it's a really important message. It's a really important message for you. It's about this ground up understanding. Now, I've sort of taken, my reading, my experience, my understanding, my training, and I've pulled all these pieces and I've put them into this book called The Guidebook to Optimum Health. And this is what I want to offer you. And I want to offer it to you not so I can become a biscuillionaire, because this information needs to go out there. You need to understand that. I'm furious that this information isn't being pushed out and sort of, the doctor's office, and it's like, did you know that you can change the expression of your genes depending on the thinking that you do, depending on the emotions you're feeling? It just doesn't happen. So I need to get it out there, and I would be extremely grateful for you to share this information with other people. So share this video with other people. Again, not to make me beschool you there. I'm very comfortable. I live in Bali. It's low cost of living. So it's not about that. It's about getting the message out. I really want people to know the bigger picture. And again, if you're a healthcare professional, can't answer a question like, if you put a question to them and say, hey, I hear the immune system is pretty important for our health and recovery. What are some of the best foods for the immune system? If your doctor can't answer that, sack them. If they can't come up with, the garlic is fantastic for the immune system, so are onions, so are mushrooms, so are ginger, so are green leafy vegetables, because they're high in micronutrients and macronutrients and phytonutrients. If your doctor can't tell you that, or your healthcare professional can't tell you that, sack them. Sack them. If your healthcare professional doesn't talk about lifestyle changes and changing your personality. Joe Dispenza has this great quote, change your personality and you change your personal reality. You get a different result. So there you go. Let me leave it at that, because I could rant and rave for ages. I've been told I can talk the barn off a door. So, Carl Massy, I'm going to show you a picture of my book, the Guidebook to Optimum Health. I really encourage you to check it out, not to make me the $1.50 profit that I get from Amazon for the sale of the book, but so you learn. You learn the truth when it comes to optimizing your health, and you use that truth to better your life. So you have more vitality and energy to achieve the things you want to achieve in your life. So you show up as a full expression of yourself, the biggest you, and you get the biggest result. And you look 10 years younger as well. So if you've got any questions for me, shoot them down below. Fire an email off to me, ask your questions. I always get back because I love answering questions. So you can check me out on my Facebook page, or you track me down. carlmassy.com is my website. So I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. I hope you start doing this ground up approach to understanding your health and taking health back into your own hands. You truly have the power when you take the leadership decision of creating the environment which is conducive to optimum health for your body. So wherever you are on this fantastic, amazing, beautiful planet of ours, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I hope you take this information, bed it in, do something with it. So have a fantastic day and take care.